Getting started in Sage Payroll. Setting up your payroll with the right information is important, as this will ensure your employees are paid correctly. In this video, we will explain all three setup options. We'll tell you what you need to set up your payroll, so you have everything ready to make the process seamless and hassle-free. Provide you with further help and step-by-step instructions for each of the setup options. There are three ways to set up Sage Payroll. Which one you use will depend on your circumstances. There's manually migrate, import employees, and new company. Let's take a look at each of the options in more detail. Manually migrate should be used if you want to transfer your employees from another payroll software partway through the tax year. You'll set up your employees manually using this option, including their year-to-date values from your previous payroll software. You should migrate at the very start of a P32 reporting month or quarter. The Import Employees option allows you to import your employees via a full payment submission, also known as an FPS XML file. You can obtain this file from your previous payroll software. Choose this option if you have access to the FPS XML file and you're migrating either partway through the tax year or at the start of the tax year. When you import an FPS, your employee records are imported. However, some information that isn't included in the FPS file should be added manually. If you are migrating partway through the tax year, this will include their year-to-date values. If you are importing at the start of the tax year, you can choose to import the employee information only, without their year-to-date values. If you are importing your employees partway through the tax year, you should migrate at the very start of a P32 reporting month or quarter. You should choose New Company if you are a brand new company, having never used a payroll software, or if you want to manually migrate your employees from another payroll software at the very start of the tax year. You'll set up your employees manually using this option. If you would like step-by-step instructions and a video demonstration for any of these setup options, please click here. You are in complete control of your subscription, so if you need to add more employees to your license before setting up, you can do this easily. To do this, hover over your business name here and choose Manage Business Account. From the list, click Subscription and Invoices and then choose Manage My Subscription. Then click Manage Services. Choose the relevant option and follow the on-screen steps. Let's look at what you'll need to set up your payroll. First, we'll look at employer details. You can access these details in Settings and then Payroll Settings. You'll need your employer PAYE reference and Accounts Office reference. If available, enter your corporation tax reference here. You can check or enter your reporting frequency with HMRC here. This is not how often you pay your employees, this is how often you will pay HMRC and produce your P32 report in payroll. The P32 tells you how much you owe HMRC. You'll also need the payment method, which can be entered or checked here. If you are unsure about any of these details, please check this with HMRC, as it's important that you enter the information correctly. Once you are happy with the information entered, click Save. If you are transferring partway through the tax year and you are eligible for employment allowance reclaims, you'll need to know how much you have claimed so far. You will also need to know how much you have reclaimed so far this tax year in statutory payments. These details are entered as part of the setup process. In time for your first pay run, you'll need your user ID and password for the PAYE online services. If you are a new business and you don't have this yet, please contact HMRC. This information is entered when you process your first pay run, not in the settings area. Let's take a look at the employee information you'll need. First, you'll need their personal details, including their full name, their address and date of birth. You'll also need their national insurance number. If you're an existing company moving to Sage Payroll, you'll be asked to enter the employee tax codes too. If you're transferring partway through the tax year, you'll need the employee pay-to-date, PAYE and national insurance details. If you've been processing your employees in a different payroll software and you have access to their RTI Pay ID, this should be transferred to Sage Payroll. If you're unsure, please contact your current payroll provider for help obtaining these numbers. If applicable, you will need employee P45s or starter checklist information. Pension details. To set up your pension, you'll need your original staging date and your pension provider information, including any references, groups, and payment sources. It's important that you know pension details, such as the calculation basis and whether the deduction is before or after tax. You will also need the employee and employer contribution details. For example, the percentage you are deducting. If you are unsure how the pension should be set up, you can get this information from your provider. Alternatively, you can check your previous payroll software. Further help. You can access our Help Centre at any time by clicking the question mark icon here, or clicking Help at the top of the screen. There's a variety of training courses on Sage University. If you'd like to learn more, please visit www.sageu.com. You are now ready to set up your payroll.